Some sci-fi thrillers don't just entertain you, they completely break your brain. Movies like Inception, Interstellar, and The Matrix are legendary for their mind-bending plots. But today, we're diving into 10 other incredible sci-fi thrillers that deserve just as much attention. From time loops and parallel universes to reality-shattering twists, these films will challenge everything you think you know. So, if you're ready for stories that will bend time, twist reality, and leave you questioning everything, let's dive into the 10 sci-fi thrillers that will melt your brain, starting with a film that proves even the simplest conversation can change everything. Number 10, Finch.
You think we'll make it?
Not without my team. We do this together.
The world is gone, but one man and his robot are still holding on. In Finch, Tom Hanks stars as a dying scientist in a post-apocalyptic wasteland, racing against time to build an AI robot that can care for his beloved dog after he's gone. As the trio embarks on a dangerous journey across a ruined Earth, the film explores themes of survival, companionship, and what it truly means to be human. While it may not have the most complex sci-fi mechanics, Finch delivers a deeply emotional and thought-provoking experience. If you're a fan of post-apocalyptic stories with a mix of adventure and heart, this one is a must-watch. Number 9, Coherence.
Of power, except for a house about 2 blocks up.
A dinner party, a passing comet, and a reality that begins to fracture. Coherence is one of the smartest low-budget sci-fi thrillers ever made. What starts as a simple gathering of friends takes a terrifying turn when a comet passing overhead causes bizarre, unexplainable shifts in reality. As paranoia sets in and alternate versions of themselves begin appearing, the characters and the audience are left questioning what's real and who can be trusted. With its gripping tension, unpredictable twists, and mind-bending concept, Coherence proves that you don't need a massive budget to deliver a sci-fi thriller that will leave your brain spinning. If you love movies that play with parallel universes and psychological horror, this one is a must-watch. Number 8, Tenet.
I've seen symbols of encapsulation in every weapons class. This is not one of them.
Time moves forward, time moves backward. But can it be controlled? Directed by Christopher Nolan, Tenet is a mind-bending sci-fi thriller that takes the concept of time manipulation to an entirely new level. The film follows a secret agent, played by John David Washington, as he is recruited into an organization trying to prevent World War III. But instead of traditional time travel, he must navigate a world where time itself can be inverted, leading to intense action sequences that play out both forwards and backwards simultaneously. With jaw-dropping cinematography, complex storytelling, and an adrenaline-fueled pace, Tenet is a movie that demands your full attention. It may take multiple viewings to fully grasp, but once the pieces click into place, it delivers one of the most unique sci-fi experiences of the decade. Number 7, Predestination.
You'd get away with it. Would you kill him?
A time travel mission, a mysterious stranger, and a paradox that will leave you questioning everything. Predestination, starring Ethan Hawke, is one of the most intricate time travel films ever made. It follows a temporal agent tasked with stopping crimes before they happen, leading him to an encounter with a mysterious individual whose past is more entwined with his own than he could ever imagine. What starts as a detective story quickly spirals into one of the most mind-bending paradoxes in sci-fi history. With a plot full of shocking twists, Predestination plays with the concept of fate, identity, and destiny in a way few films dare to attempt. If you love stories that leave you speechless by the end, this is one time travel thriller you need to watch. Number 6, Looper.
So why don't you do what old men do and die?
Why don't you just take your little gun out between your legs and do it?
What if your future self became your next target? Looper, directed by Rian Johnson, takes the concept of time travel and turns it into a deadly game of cat and mouse. In a dystopian future, criminal organizations send their targets back in time to be executed by specialized assassins known as loopers. But when Joe, played by Joseph Gordon-Levitt, is assigned to eliminate his older self, Bruce Willis, everything spirals out of control. This film is packed with thrilling action, time paradoxes, and a surprisingly emotional core. With strong performances and a unique take on time travel, Looper delivers a gripping sci-fi experience that keeps you guessing until the final scene. Number 5. The Butterfly Effect.
Isn't that your jacket?
One small change in the past can unravel everything. The Butterfly Effect is a mind-bending psychological thriller that explores chaos theory and the unintended consequences of time travel. Ashton Kutcher stars as Evan, a young man who discovers he can revisit moments from his childhood and alter them. But every attempt to fix the past leads to new, horrifying realities, forcing him into an endless struggle to set things right. Dark, intense, and filled with shocking twists, this film delves into the moral dilemma of rewriting history. If you're a fan of sci-fi thrillers with deep emotional stakes and unpredictable consequences, The Butterfly Effect is a must-watch. Number 4. The Man from Earth.
Creature, not quite human, taking not the blood, but the life force itself.
A simple conversation turns into one of the most mind-blowing debates in science fiction history. The Man from Earth is a low-budget yet incredibly gripping thriller that takes place in a single room. It follows John Oldman, a college professor who claims to be 14,000 years old. As he reveals his life story to his colleagues, their skepticism turns into shock as he presents startling evidence that challenges everything they believe about history, religion, and human existence. Despite having no action or special effects, this film keeps you hooked with its brilliant storytelling and deep philosophical questions. If you love sci-fi that stimulates the mind rather than the senses, The Man from Earth is an absolute must-watch. Number 3. Arrival.
Who's being carted off in the medevac?
Not everyone is wired for what you're about to do.
First contact with aliens is never simple, especially when time itself is the key to understanding them. Arrival, directed by Denis Villeneuve, follows a linguistics expert, Amy Adams, who is recruited to communicate with mysterious extraterrestrial beings that have landed on Earth. As she deciphers their complex language, she begins to experience visions that challenge her perception of time, reality, and fate itself. With breathtaking cinematography, an emotional core, and one of the most mind-bending twists in sci-fi history, Arrival is more than just an alien movie. It's a deeply philosophical journey that lingers in your mind long after the credits roll. If you love intelligent sci-fi that explores the nature of time and human connection, this one is a must-watch. Number 2. Blade Runner 2049.
They know you're here.
A visually stunning masterpiece that challenges what it truly means to be human. Blade Runner 2049, directed by Denis Villeneuve, is a sequel to the 1982 sci-fi classic, set in a dystopian future where bioengineered humans, known as replicants, are at the heart of society's biggest moral dilemmas. Ryan Gosling stars as Kay, a replicant detective who uncovers a buried secret that could change everything. His journey leads him to Rick Deckard, Harrison Ford, forcing him to confront the blurred lines between man and machine. With breathtaking cinematography, a haunting soundtrack, and a slow-burning mystery that rewards patient viewers, Blade Runner 2049 is a visually hypnotic and deeply philosophical experience. If you're a fan of cerebral sci-fi that blends action, noir, and existential questions, this is a must-watch. Number 1. The Prestige.
Listen, that man is the one on me to a kill! You die first!
Obsession, sacrifice, and a mind-blowing twist you'll never forget. Directed by Christopher Nolan, The Prestige is a psychological thriller wrapped in a sci-fi mystery, following two rival magicians, played by Christian Bale and Hugh Jackman, whose obsession with outdoing each other leads them down a dark and dangerous path. As their illusions become more spectacular, so do the consequences. with Nikola Tesla, played by David Bowie, introducing a scientific breakthrough that changes the game entirely. With its non-linear storytelling, incredible performances, and one of the most shocking reveals in film history, The Prestige is a movie that demands repeat viewings. If you love mind-bending sci-fi with a dose of mystery and psychological tension, this one is unmissable. And there you have it, 10 mind-bending sci-fi thrillers that will challenge your perception of reality and keep you thinking long after the credits roll. From time travel paradoxes to mind-warping narratives, each of these films brings something unique to the genre. Which of these movies have you seen? And which ones are you adding to your watch list? Let us know in the comments. And if you love discovering mind-blowing sci-fi,
The passes is bad. I'm gonna fix this! I'm gonna find her! Whoop!
be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a recommendation. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.